Hey, shuckalugga kapow, how's it going, old schoolers? You're kicking it old school with Russell JS, and I am your host, Russell JS. I got another track-by-track battle royale. Two great hard rock and heavy metal albums are, produced by the same guy, are going to duke it out against one another. I'm talking about Oyster Cult's Fire of Unknown Origin versus Iron Maiden, The Number of the Beast. Now, I love both these albums. I love them dearly, and they're produced by the same guy, Martin Birch, who in turn also produced Black Sabbath's Heaven and Hell. Now, I don't know if they did Never Say Die or The Mob Rules. I'll have to look into that, but, two great albums. And remember, if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit a like, subscribe, leave comments down the box below, ring the bell for notifications, and tell your friends, your family, your mom, your dad, your aunt, your uncle, your grandma, your grandpa, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, your pets, your coworkers, your classmates, your roommates, anybody you know who loves to kick it old school. And check out my shirt I'm wearing. Check that out. Yeah, that speaks the truth right there. Without music, life would be flat. But yeah, the thing is, both these albums are, to me, in my opinion, masterpieces. And I want to go ahead and see which one is the bigger, which has the better songs. And I also wanted to say, I do agree about the last video I did, which was, Van Halen 1978 versus 5150. I do love both those albums. And I do have to agree that the first album is superior. As a matter of fact, I think it's superior to everything in the Van Halen discography. And that's just me talking. I mean, yeah, sure, a lot of people weren't too fond of Eddie bringing synth into the band, even David Lee Roth, and I think that was the reason why he ended up exiting the band. I mean, back in those days, musicians were evolving. The Beatles did it in the 60s where they brought orchestra. Led Zeppelin, John Paul Jones would go on piano. Geddy Lee and Rush would go on keyboards and synthesizers. Eddie was just trying to do a new thing. But enough about that. Let's go ahead and get this battle royale going. Without further ado, let's see how these bad Oscars rank out, shall we? Okay, in the case of BOC, Fire of Unknown Origin versus Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast. All right, track number one, Fire of Unknown Origin versus Invaders. You know what? I got to give them both a point because I love both those tracks. Of course, Burnin' For You, the classic BOC track, Burnin' For You, going against Children of the Damned. Again, I have to give points to each. Both are killer tracks. Veteran of the Psychic Wars versus The Prisoner. Man, I swear, both these albums are probably going to do a tie. I don't even have a quarter on me right now if they tie. I mean, so far, they're tying. All right, let's see. Soul Survivor versus 22 Acacia Avenue. Well, you know what? Soul Survivor is an okay song, but I have to go with 22 Acacia Avenue is is more of a killer track than that one, so I'm going to give it to 22 Acacia Avenue. There's a tiebreaker there. Okay, let's see. Heavy Metal, the Black and Silver versus Number of the Beast. Oh boy, here comes another one. Another tie right there, but you know what? Right now it's Oyster Cult at 4 points and Iron Maiden at 5. So, you know what? That's the thing. It's going to be a stroke of fate. That's how it is with these things. I mean, I may love, Fire of Unknown Origin better than Number of the Beast, but no matter what, if Number of the Beast wins or if Fire of Unknown Origin wins, it's still a stroke of fate. All right, and back to where we were. Let's see. Vengeance the Pack versus Run to the Hills. You know what? Vengeance the Pact is a really killer track, is really good, but it cannot beat Run to the Hills. After Dark versus Gangland. Well, Gangland was okay, but BOC takes the win. Joan Crawford versus Hallowed Be Thy Name. You know, I do like Hallowed Be Thy Name, but easily I have to go with Joan Crawford. And last but not least, well, let's see. Fire of Unknown Origin has 9 tracks, and Number of the Beast has 8 tracks. Don't Turn Your Back versus Blank Space. I have to go with the Blank Space. So now, in this Battle Royale, we have the points tallied up. We've got Blue Oyster Cult Fire of Unknown Origin with 7 points, and Iron Maiden Number, the Beast, with 6 points. You know what that means? Once again, Blue Oyster Cult wins another. Ah, there you have it right there. Fire of Unknown Origin wins this, and look, that's going to be the next one right there. Led Zeppelin versus Led Zeppelin 2, and you know what else I've got going on? How about this? 3 debut albums, self-titled debut albums. There you go, look at that. Kiss versus Ramones versus Van Halen. Wonder who's going to win that one. That's going to be a biggie right there. But at any rate, you know, I'm glad to have been able to do another video. I'm going to be bringing out more videos and more stuff going on. I still have to get some more stuff ready for the next vacation time video, which will be 2004. And we're going to see what goes on with that. And, you know, I got some exciting stuff ahead. But, you know, until then, you know, keep ringing that bell, you know, and keep it real. I've got to go ahead and get dressed and get ready to go out, meet up with some friends. And I got to feed Ollie. He's sitting right over there. See, there he is right there. Ollie boy. Ollie, look up here, buddy. Ollie. Ollie. See, he's ignoring me. But you know what? If I show food his way, he'll be all over me like, you know, stink on you know what. But I'm getting more videos ready. I'm getting more things going on. And, you know, things are going to be, you know, summer's coming up. So, you know, we got to prepare for the summer. We're in the springtime right now. And, you know, Mother's Day is coming up and Father's Day is coming up. And it's going to be yet another Father's Day where I buy my own Father's Day gift. I mean, a lot of you that have been keeping up with the channel, you know what happened almost 5 years ago, right? When I went out of state to go visit my daughter, I thought I had a long distance thing going on with her mom, and, you know, well, you know the rest, and I got kicked out of her life. And one of the things I actually hope as I make these videos over the years, I mean, my daughter's 15 now. She was 10 when that happened. And, you know, I'm hoping that over the years, maybe she'll, you know, come across these videos and, you know, who knows. But I'm going to go ahead and stop for a moment to say something to her. Hey, sweetheart, I know you're older now, but just so you know, if you come across this video, I do miss you and I still love you, and I'm going to love you no matter what. Don't let what's going on between me and your mom, our differences, don't let that get in your way of how you think, and don't hate your mother. I mean, your mother and me may have differences, but it's nothing to do with you. We both love you unconditionally. And always remember, you only have one mother in your life. So, I love you, sweetie. Now, at any rate, this is the part where I have to say to you all, keep it real, keep it fresh, keep it chill. Keep listening to old school music, keep watching old school movies, keep watching old school TV shows, play old school video games. You know, get you enough of love, get you enough of peace, get you enough of tranquility. Get you enough of less chaos, no chaos, less drama, no drama. Get you enough of all the good stuff in life. And as always, Godspeed. May the force be with you always. And shuckalaka kapow.